there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC, between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Tyler Loop is out and about ready to send this one away. And we're off from Baltimore. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And motion him out of the backfield left.
Stop.
Burrow's first play going to the air. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. It's 2nd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That throw finds Jamar Chase. He gets 16 yards on that play. And the Bengals have a first down.
That's good for our Bengals. First down.
Here we go.
A gain of 16 yards.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Right back to Chase. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Taken in by Noah Fant. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That catch right there ended up paying off one of the longest routes he's going to run. He started on one side of the field, Kate, and he made it all the way across to the other. To no point was he going to step off the gas. My man, though, he may need a little breather, a little oxygen after that one.
Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, we're already seeing his legs going to be a factor in this contest. But I'll tell you what, Kate, if pressure's going to be on him like that, he's going to have to put his running back cape on and really use his ability to escape and keep things moving forward.
Burrow from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
There's no question, Kate, with the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
McLaurin, the receiver, in motion left. 3rd and long. Here's Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Great, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Short pass brought in. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Setting up the screen. Works his way to the 35. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. Well, you love when you can go from first down to first down, Brock. Makes things easy for an offense, and it is the primary reason that he gets looks that he does.
Every touch he gets has a solid chance of working out just like that, and it's why many of these first quarter looks have his name all over them.
Running this one left. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bengals will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I know he started the play as a defender. Gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back. He looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road. That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It'll be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Stop. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12. Stop.
Second and 10 now. It's Burrow. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well.
And he is going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals parlay the interception into points. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Bengals go up 10-zip here in the first. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. And he's going to elect not to bring this one out. So no run back this time. We'll pick things up from the 35. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up first and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And now they face second down.
I can promise you that is a throw, and it's a quarterback when it leaves your hands. You do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB can cut off and take the other way.
On second and 10, it's Murray. Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got second and 11. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
This is very close, but it looks like he's going to be marked. Yep, marked shy that first down at the 30.
Brings up third and 1.
Hey.
Tyler with a chance to run here. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. A give to Mitchell, running left. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before he gets started, all the better.
Blitz coming here, Brock. It's Murray. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Mark Andrews. So that brings up 4th and long. Tyler Loop out for the Ravens to attempt this field goal. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Loop knocks it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
A defensive kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
11 coming. Hey, can.
Burrow to the air now. Connects with Fant. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
11. Here we go.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. It's a 10-3 ball game. Back to the bank in just a moment. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They've got 2nd and 7 to start.
180. What is that? 11.
Throwing is Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And it's 3rd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Will finds his back. Harvey. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Gun.
Shotgun hands off to Harvey. Next snap coming inside the red zone. Brock, who picks up 9 on the play.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up. 7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a 13-point lead. Kicking team out to try the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up 1st and 10. They're going play action. It's Murray. Connects on the crosser. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This kid's down inside the 35-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First down now, ball at the 33. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on. That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Murray on 3rd down. Throwing the out route complete. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Offense to the line fast.
Baltimore's first down.
Back to the air, Murray. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. He'll get 3, but much work left for him on 2nd and goal.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play 1st and goal situations too, because a run like that now, well, leaves the whole playbook wide open for you. Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standards they set for themselves.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Murray. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens make it a one-score game in the first half. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Starting at the 10. Showing a little burst so far. And he showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Here we go.
Motioning left is their running back. Burrow on 1st down. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11 mighty.
First down, Cincinnati.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On the handoff, here's Harvey. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Here we go, here we go. Wide 80. 11. Got.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Into a crowd, and the defender comes up with it.
The second down pass. Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Connecting on the slant. It's an excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
1st down. 1st and 10.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from M&T Bank Stadium coming up. We've set it downs for them from the 31. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. This one's to Andrews outright. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Fits it through the middle. He's quickly taken down with a gain across midfield. They're now to the opposing 47. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Mitchell gets it from the gun. Having gained up about a handful there. Dax Hill up for the stop.
Humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. We've set it downs from the 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Omaha.
Here's Murray, 1st and 10. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck it.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Kyler throwing here. Escapes the pocket. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Here's Luke for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens make it 17 all. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining.
Gun. Cut. Right. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 12. 11. Cut.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Into the crowd. That pass is intercepted. And the Ravens might be able to get some points late after the interception.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up first and 10. There's now pressure coming. Austin makes the grab downfield. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Tyler Loop after the Ravens to attempt this field goal. He connected once and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. Loop knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
20. Bengals 17.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up first and 10. Give now to the running back. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
Throwing here, Murray. Catch made over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Running right with Mitchell. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
An extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens make it a 10-point ball game.
Bengals 17.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Wide 80. Playing shot.
Burrow from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Wide 80.
Burrow to the air now. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Quickly out to the right, complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll run. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Now Kyler. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for LeJohntay Wester that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
3rd and long for him here. Caught by Flowers. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And this somehow is only going to be our 1st punt of the game.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On 1, ready?
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wide 80.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
11.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. That is Cox. This is Fant working downfield. Into the red zone. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Now Murray on the play fake. He had it for a moment, but it Great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up second down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. On the out route, complete. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Play action now. Murray. Flushed out of the pocket. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Dave, I gotta believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Again, it's Murray to throw. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Ravens first down. All set to go now from the 35.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hand off to the back. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Drew Tranquill brings him to the ground.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Headed out right. That's incomplete on second down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with third and long.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Murray on third down. Going deep here for the end zone. And he drops it in the end zone. The look was there on third down, but instead it's incomplete. On fourth now, on comes Tyler Luke. Going to try this field goal for the Ravens. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner to the 48. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
Gun. Got. 180.
McLaurin, the receiver, in motion left.
Got.
First down, Burrow to throw. And they pick him up again. Jerome Baker has it. And the Ravens will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
We've set it downs for him from the 31. The drive begins with Henry. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Big strike to Wester. And he's quickly taken down with a gain across midfield. They're now to the opposing 47. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. Here's first and 10 from the 47. Here's the handoff. And a nice start here on first down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Here's a design run. Murray has it. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. On the move, headed right. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his number.
Oh, he lost the football! And the Bengals get to it!
Gosh, we have seen these quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone. That was certainly not one of them. Careless with the football, left an opening for those defenders to knock it free and escape without surrendering any points.
Burrow on 1st down. Short pass caught by his tight end. He's going to get him all the way up near that 30-yard line, Brock. Knocked down a step or two shy of it. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. It's Harvey straight ahead. Still fighting forward. R.J. Harvey. Gets to the 10. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals come through to tie it in the 4th.
Okay, right there's the danger of dime coverage. Bunch of little guys on the field that love to cover, but may not tackle so well. It opens up a run lane. Took huge advantage of it.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals take the lead on that successful kick. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up 1st and 10. Operated from the gun. Here's Murray. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Kyler looking to throw. Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. Zay Flowers, the touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. Man, Brock saw his versatility in back-to-back plays, switching things up. This time he runs it in himself to add 2 to that touchdown strike.
It is so deflating to a defense, so tough to defend a quarterback that first beats you with his arms, and then he puts those 2, as he said, on with his legs. This dude is a true dual-threat difference maker.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Giving this to Harvey. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Gun. Got. 180. 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. Got.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Terry McLaurin. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 11 Thomas. 180. Got.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He finds his back. Harvey. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
And they pick him off again. And the Ravens take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and happened to be a rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Working now from the gun. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. But find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. It's a perfect play to break it big.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Big Ace.
Trying the handoff. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. They're just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. They did it! He made the interception! And the Bengals have some new life in the 4th.
Not just a bad decision, Franklin. It really is a quarterback in this moment of the game. You got to know it's not a time to take a risk. Cannot be throwing out life preservers and giving that other team, your opponent, a chance like he just did.
And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Drops it down. Harvey. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
Gun. Got.
A gain of 19 yards.
Burrow from the gun.
1st down, Cincinnati.
Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he is going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals now trail by just a point in the 4th. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. tying this game up. They're all set to center away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Here's Murray, 1st and 10. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens with a little more work to do to win it here. Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! T.J. Turner comes up with it. And the Bengals take over as he records his 10th career INT.
Just how many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this? In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. And now this offense has got a chance to do so.
And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Can. Stop. Stop.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Here we go. Stop. 11. Stop.
He'll look to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals jump in front late. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Austin makes the grab downfield. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the 1st down. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
At the 40-yard line.
Setting up to pass. That pass is swatted at the line. The big man got a hand on it up front. Nice work there. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
And these pass rushers in the game today, they are so doggone good. Not only are they good at getting home and sacking the quarterback, look at this. He was fighting the blocker. He kept his eyes on the ball, times it perfectly, and he forces a pass breakup.
Escapes the pocket. And Murray hits the ground safely, picking up the 1st down on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
Quick toss headed left. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. It's a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Catch made by Austin. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
Baltimore 1st down.
Working inside the red zone. And they pull it off. A touchdown catch in the final moments. And now overtime or a win right here are on the table. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
The Ravens will line up.
Designed look from the right. He won't reach the end zone. The defense gets the stop they need, and that could win them this game.
45.
Oof, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And that's the Bengals who are on that one, and that's a wrap on this ball game.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
So the Bengals take this one on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey.